Hello, everybody. Hope all of y'all are having a good day today. It's Monday afternoon here in the Philippines, July 29th. It's first day back to school in the Philippines, and it's just Lynn and I here at the house right now. Nanai is at school with Linza, and Ira is at her school, and our power is out again. It never fails. You either have water and no power, or no water. It's either you can't ever have one and the other. It's always can't ever have it all at once. If you're going to have one, you're going to be out the other. And right now we have water, so our power went out. It's just life here in the Philippines, especially Mindanao. You know, I guess it was Friday or whatever that the Olympic ceremony started in France, and I see everybody losing their minds over that. I can't really say it too much here because the algorithm will pick it up and YouTube will give me a 2-week restriction or something, but you know what I'm talking about. They did the Last Supper or something like that, and it's got everybody outraged. And people act like, they're all like, well, no, we were just trying to show for inclusion and stuff like that, right? And it comes to a point to where it's obvious they have an agenda behind all this, the things that they're doing. And that agenda is to keep you enraged. They want to keep you vibrating way down here. They want to keep you angry. All right. I mean, they're not doing that stuff thinking that it's not going to upset anybody. But what good does it actually do them to do that? Everybody's like, oh, they're just trying to put a thumb in the face of Christianity and stuff like that. But that's not it. That's not what they're trying to do. They are trying to keep everyone enraged. All right. They are emotional energy parasites. That's what they do. I see people constantly posting stuff on Facebook and YouTube. It's like, I gotta expose this, I gotta expose that, all these dark things that you see all over the world. I mean, the world is just full of absolute darkness. I see so many people doing that, and I got caught up in that mess very early on, and then Father pulled me away from it. If you spend all your time looking into darkness, you forget about looking into the light. And the light is where we have our strength, and I know there's going to be people that'll post that Bible verse about exposing darkness. But how do you expose something? You expose something with light. You walk into an old kitchen somewhere that's very dirty and you turn on the lights and the cockroaches scatter, right? So the only thing you have to do is just shine your light. Let your beacon of love shine and affect all those around you. Just focus on you, and everybody else around you will start vibrating in that frequency of light. Everybody thinks they have some kind of obligation to expose you, and show you all these things. I got to expose them to this and let them see what this is all about. But in all actuality, when you're doing that, you're working for the enemy, whether you believe it or not. And you may think you're doing the Lord's work, you're doing something good, exposing this and getting people to look at it, but the only thing you're doing is helping people get enraged. There's this belief right now. It's this kind of new doctrine that's going around. It's like part of their one world religion of inclusion of everything, right? And this belief is that there is actually no evil. There is no such thing as evil. Everything has a purpose. All right, now I look back at my life and I see all the things that happened to me, all the negative things that happened to me, but those things had to happen to me in order for me to come to know God, all right? So, I had people treat me horrible, a lot of dark people, but I had to look at it like, now I look at it and know that they were sent by God, okay? Just like Pharaoh was raised up to do what he did, that people were raised up in my life to get me to where I needed to be humbled. But there is evil in this world, because I believe the ones that are treated that way, the ones that are done that way, are the ones who are supposed to be called out. not the rest of the world. I remember there was this one lady who was posting everything, and she was saying that there is no evil. And she said that if sometimes, you may see somebody that gets raped or something, and you have to look at the positive out of that rape. Maybe that rape is what they needed for them to come to the truth in the end, And so she was trying to say that if she had a gun and someone was breaking into her house and were about to rape her daughters and all that she would not use that gun to stop the rapist. She would just let it happen, because who is she to interfere in what God's plan is? Because there is no evil. Now, the Navajo Indians, they taught against that. They were like, okay, whenever you teach that there's no evil, after 40 or 50 years, you won't recognize the civilization that you have right now. Because once you begin to accept everything, that's when there is no moral compass. You take away that moral compass. And that's what this agenda is. You guys remember back in 2012, that was the year of my awakening. And I remember seeing the opening ceremony of the Olympics in 2012, and they had all them medical beds and them doctors and nurses and people wearing masks and stuff. Everybody was seeing it. Everybody was focused on it. Everybody was looking at that negative energy. And what they do, that's ritual magic. And they need our help to manifest it. And we all give them that. We all give them our energy so that they could manifest that and make it happen in 2020. Now they have an agenda for 2030, all right? And that is to get us to the point where half the population's dead, all right? And the rest of the people are not allowed to live anywhere they want. They're stuck in these 15-minute cities on top of each other. And everything is digital currency. And if you say something negative about somebody, if they're a child diddler or this or that, they'll just take away your credits for the month and you can't eat, because there is no evil, right? Everything is good. That's what all that ceremony was, is to get you outraged, for you to give it your energy so that they can make their magic work. So in 2030, they're going to get exactly what they want, and that is a world with no moral compass. That's why you always see them covering up their eye, all right? Because people that have their eye open will not live that way. They will live a life of love. They will not harm others. They'll focus on things above, not below. They're going to vibrate here while everybody else is vibrating down here. See, they don't want people to have their eye open. That's why they give us so much stuff in our food, fluorides and all these preservatives and additives. They put things in our bodies to try and disconnect us from our Father, altering our DNA. They try to do all that to make us material people. That's why Madonna sang her song, A Material Girl. It's all about the material things. They don't want anything to do with the spiritual world. That's why they gouged out their eye. Just like Samson, they gouged out his eye. That's why the Israelites, they had to have a law, because most of them didn't have a moral compass, all right? It's like right and wrong, what's right and wrong? There ain't no right and wrong, it's just, but we'll have these laws, and if you do these laws and stuff like that, then you'll be forgiven for that stuff. But you can just carry on with what you're doing. And God said, I'm gonna do a new thing. I'm going to put my real law, my sacred commands on their heart and on their mind. That's love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. The only way to love Him with all your heart, mind, and soul is to know Him. And love your neighbor as yourself. All right? That's the full requirements of the law. That's the sacred command. Those people couldn't do it. Even though they had all these laws, 613 of them, all that stuff, they couldn't do it. They just had zero moral compass. Right now, there's this new, well, it's not really new. It's been on for quite a while, but everybody calls it the greasy grace, right? It's where you believe that Jesus is the Son of God. You get baptized, whatever. If you don't want to get baptized, doesn't matter, whatever. Just believe. And don't try to be a good person. If you try to be a good person, that means that you don't believe in grace really. And that's a sin, because you don't really believe in grace if you're trying to be good. There was this guy, he had this channel. I think he had 10, 15,000 subscribers at the time. And he heard me speaking about spiritual transformation. Somebody had showed him one of my videos. The dude and all of his trolls coming after me like crazy, you know. And he was teaching that if you're a prostitute, be the best prostitute you can be. Just believe in God, He loves you. If you're a drug addict, be the best drug addict you can be. Just believe God loves you. And when you physically die in this world, you're going to go to the good place instead of the bad place. But just keep being a drug addict, keep being a prostitute, keep being all these negative things. All you have to do is believe. The problem with that is the exact teaching of Satanism at its basic level. It's self-worship. That's what Satanism teaches. If you're a drug addict, be the best drug addict you can be. It's okay, Satan still loves you. If you're going to be a prostitute, be the best prostitute you can be. It's okay, Satan still loves you. I told the dude that. He shut down his channel. Never heard from him again. His channel was closed forever. That's what these people want. They want that kind of world. They want everyone disconnected from the source, everyone to be spiritually blind, and everybody just live in a world of chaos. And they'll get exactly what they want as long as you keep watching it and stay enraged. I love you all. God bless.